What is going on, my babies? Baby Bonez here with another tutorial, and this one is going to be a basic air dribble tutorial. Now this is just one in a series of basic Rocket League mechanics I'm covering on the channel right now, so if you find it helpful, please make sure to subscribe. I've broken learning air dribbling up into 4 main segments. Once you master all of them, you'll have it down. Let's get into free play and I'll show you what I mean. Before we get to the steps, we have to cover setups. I highly recommend you train and set up your own air dribbles in free play as opposed to a training pack just rolling the ball up the wall for you, for 2 reasons. The first is it's going to introduce a lot of variation into your training, giving you different looks and more game realistic looks, and you're going to need to learn how to set up your own dribbles, as a lot of your air dribbles in games will be from your own setups, but not all. That's why I felt this wasn't quite its own step. The first step we have to talk about is your pop off the wall. A couple of factors go into getting a good pop. The first one is going to be speed. When you approach the ball, you have to keep in mind its speed and your speed. And a good general rule for this is to match the speed of the ball. You'll see a lot of inexperienced players boost up the wall, boost when they hit the ball, and then the ball goes flying. While on the flip side, you'll see a lot of experienced players tap on the brakes a bit as they're going up, not boost until after they've made contact and they're in the air. You'll know your speed is off if the ball is flying way away from you, way above you, or you can't even reach it at all. The other factor that goes into getting a good pop is going to be angle. The general rule with angles is the closer you are to the goal, you want to pop it more vertically. The further away, more horizontally. This being said, you always want to pop the ball vertically enough to where you can get under it with that next touch. Additionally, you want to wait until right after you've made contact with the ball to jump off and follow it. You don't want to jump too soon because you won't hit the ball far enough out. You don't want to jump too late because it's going to take you too long to get to the ball and it may have already dropped. If you master these 2 steps, you'll get a great pop every time. The third step is going to be carrying the ball. And this is fairly simple. After you get that first touch in the air, you should still be relatively close to the ball. So you're just going to want to get right up into the lower half of the ball and just feather your boost and stay right on the ball, carrying it all the way in. This sweet spot is going to take a little bit of time for you to learn, but this is definitely one of the easiest steps once you get put into the right position with that first touch in the air. The final step in an air dribble is finishing off the air dribble. And what I mean by this is you're carrying it, and then once you get close to the goal, you want to stop pushing upwards and you just want to go more behind the ball and then really just push it in directly where you want. And it's going to make the air dribble more deadly because you're going to be able to push it past opponents who are expecting a slower shot, and it's also going to give you more accuracy as you no longer have to manage keeping the ball up in the air. You can just push it straight in. And in a lot of closer air dribbles, you can just push it straight in if you get a good enough pop. So definitely practice this. It's kind of the final thing to really put the emphasis on your air dribbles. Now that we've covered all of the steps in an air dribble, we have to go over the best ways to practice it. Like I stated in the beginning, I want you to first go into free play and do your own setups. But once you get comfortable with the setups, you want to practice just a mechanic. So I highly recommend going into a training pack. I'll link a couple in the description. And just getting reps in. You want to just be able to go, mess up, start over. Go, mess up, start over. Because air dribbling is definitely one of these things that's very touch and feel, and you learn it as you do it. There's no magic trick. I've taught you all the tips I know and that I wish I knew in the beginning, but ultimately you're just gonna have to practice it and learn it yourself. That is going to be it for this one, guys. As I stated in the intro, this is just one of a series of more basic tutorials I'm going to come out with. If you did find this helpful, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My socials are going to be down below if you want to reach out. Please go over to my Twitch and give it a follow. I'm streaming there fairly regularly. And yeah, have a good day or night to my Europeans.